Hey, this is Yami with Boss Latina, and I have a really short tutorial for you guys that's going to show you how to hide pinnable images in your blog posts. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, there's two reasons. One, your website's theme uses different thumbnail sizes for those featured images on your blog posts. These are the images that are actually going to be used when somebody shares your post on social media. Now, you want a vertical image for your Pinterest. But sometimes websites have, these sized thumbnails that are sometimes square or maybe even rectangular but horizontal. And so you want to be able to have that tall vertical image in that blog post so that it can be shared on Pinterest because you want the vertical tall ones. So you hide them within your posts. Also, another reason why you would want to do this is because you wish to conduct A/B tests for your pinnable images. You want to see which one performs better by having more than one. It actually helps you figure out what your audience kind of gravitates to. So you can create two different pinnable images, whether or not you use maybe the same headline and two different pictures, or have maybe the same picture and two different titles on that pin to see kind of what grabs people's attention the most. So those two reasons why you would want to hide pinnable images in your blog post. Now, what you'll need to do this is going to be a little bit of code, and it's really simple. This is the code that you will need. The top is what you're going to put before the image on your blog post, and the bottom line, the second shorter one, is what you're going to put after. And this is what's going to hide that image so that it's in there but not visible to when people are actually reading your blog posts. And again, another reason also, which could have actually been included before, would be so that you wouldn't have too much of an image heavy blog post. You don't want to have a blog post where it's just got tons of images in it that people can just, you might want them to pick the one that they like best, but having too many images will just be a distraction. So that's another reason why you would want to hide them. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. And I'm going to take you to one of my websites so that you can see. Now, I'm going to take you to the Latina Next Door because I actually just published one that I just did this to. And I want to show you what it kind of looks like. So when you go onto Latina Next Door and you select this post, I always, even for my bosslatina.com website, I always like to add the pinnable image at the very end. That way people can, pick it right off the blog post. However, I like to create more than one, again, for my A/B test, and also, I like to see what images work better. So when people actually go here to share on their social media, I'm going to have two different ones, as you can see here. Actually, all of the images on that blog post will show up. But as you can see, I have the lose 8 pounds in 2 weeks or the best detox smoothie to lose weight. And if people like this one better, they can choose that one. Or if they like this one better, they can pin that one. So it gives them the option to do that. However, you won't see it on the actual blog post. That's actually where it ends, right there. Now, when you go into the visual portion where you actually write your blog post, it's not there either. But when you go into text, it is. You do see it, and I'll show you in just a second. It's actually right here. As you can see, I have my little, let's see, my little code that I showed you earlier. Yep, there is the beginning of it. And then right here is the end. It's a little hard to see. So basically, this is what you do. You go into your visual portion, and I'm going to go ahead and add another one. I'm going to add it at the very end, even below my signature. That way you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to add media as normal. And I'm going to pick a different image that has nothing to do with this. That way you can see what it will look like. Now, when you add it at the bottom, this is what it's going to show up like. And if you leave it like this and update it and preview the changes, it will come up with this image at the very end. But we don't want that, so we want to go into the text portion. and then go all the way at the bottom to where that image is. This is where I added that image. And this is where you're going to insert that code. You're going to go to your notes. This is where I like to keep it. That way it's super handy. I can just insert that right there, grab that second piece, and put it at the end. Now that second piece is actually very important because it's going to tell like the coding part not to hide anything after that. It's what cuts it off. So if, like, let's say this image was somewhere in the post and not at the very end, kind of like how I have it before my signature, I don't want my signature to get hidden. So I need to make sure that that is actually at the end of it so it doesn't hide anything after that image. And when you go back to the visual and you go to the very end, as you can see, it's not there anymore. And when I preview those changes, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like when you actually do the social shares, and you will see that it pops up. Let's see. Hopefully it won't take forever. There we go. So as you go to the very bottom, you can see there's my signature. It does not show up, but when you go to the social shares, there's that monthly roundup post that I actually just hid. And that's basically all you do. And of course, to take it out, all you need to do is go back to the text, highlight that portion, and remove it from your post. And it's as simple as that. So just remember that code, put it before and after the images that you wish to hide under the text portion. Double check that it doesn't show up in your visual, because it should not show up in the visual portion. And you'll have it hidden for when people decide to share it on Pinterest. You have vertical images in your post and you're good to go. So I hope that was super helpful. And if you have any questions, just leave them below. I'll go back in here and hide that last one. All right, thank you so much.